Kevin came to us after 15 years of being married and trying very hard as a gift from God. And his birth parents, for several generations actually, had substance problems. And we chose to accept the adoption anyway because we'd waited so long and felt that we would be able to meet that if and when we ever came to it. Time went on, and we realized something was off as time went on. In Kevin's senior year, weren't quite sure what it was, but things were changing. And by the following December, after graduation from high school, we realized that our son had become addicted to heroin, which, needless to say, was a huge blow. Having gone so long without him, and then having him come into our lives and having this time together, we really formed a tight-knit threesome. We'd always been honest, and we'd always talked about his adoption and his parents' problems, his birth parent problems. And so felt we had it nailed, that we wouldn't be facing, or had hoped we wouldn't be facing, something like this. And so we were pretty well stunned. But the child came to us through God, and we weren't about to give him back. And so for the last 3 years, we have fought a fight to save him from addiction, to help him recover, and to put him back into the world again.
As I was going through life, the story of the prodigal son never made any sense to me. It seemed to me that it was a case of someone choosing their own course, and then to come home and be expected to be brought back into the fold made no sense, especially from the father's standpoint. Why would you bring someone back? And so now, faced with this and the connection, our connection of love to this person, how can you not come back? And so it's the love was the connection between the three of us. Love to me was always happy, good feelings and wonderful place. And this was not happy or fun at any level. But in the adversity, it really, that stark contrast between the pain and suffering that was going on and the effect of love that would tie us together and hold us long enough for us to try and solve the problems and work through issues as they presented themselves, really became a common theme in our travels through that.
After 6 months, almost a year, things were pretty intense, and it had gotten just about as bad as it could. And Kurt was on one side and Kevin was on the other in our office, and they were like almost toe to toe. And Kurt is saying, "I am not living with an addict. I will not be there. I will not be a part of it. I will leave if I am, faced with that." And then Kevin said, "No, I'm the addict. I need to leave." And I'm sitting there thinking and looking at him, because these are the two most precious people in my life. They are basically pretty much the reason I live is with these two men. And I was pretty well emotionally strung out, and I just said, no. And I turned to Kevin and I said, you are not leaving. You're going to get well. And I turned to Kurt and I said, and you definitely aren't leaving, because it was for better or for worse. And this is as worse as we ever have had, but you still aren't going anywhere. You are not leaving me with this. And it seemed to be a turning point. It came to Kevin that it was not for him to get well because of us. It was for him to get well for Kevin. And Kurt realized that we are a unit, and that the love that we have for one another, it might not be the way we want it to go, but it would be, we could overcome this better together than apart. And so now, several years down the line, Kevin is in a methadone program, and he has been clean for 6 months, and he has saved up 2 years tuition for school and works with us full time, and he's come back. And it's like the prodigal son story is, we thought he was dead, and he has come back to us. And but above all, with the love that we have for each other, we never would have succeeded without our faith in God, because He has been behind us every single step of the way. And that is an awesome love.